Well, now, this live stream is going to catch a lot of you off guard because I've never done it before. I'm actually testing out the software for the live stream. I'm going to take a look here on my cell phone to see if it's got good audio and everything. Well, now, it appears to be working. So before I start this, let me take care of some quick business with this right here. Warning. The pellet guns used in this video run entirely off compressed air. They use no propellant, such as gunpowder, and must not be confused with any form of actual tactical firearm. All air gun shooting in this video is done on my own private shooting range in a clear, open area. This video features adult pellet guns intended to be used by people over 18 years of age. All air guns in this video are unmodified, and any assembly or disassembly is done for the purpose of maintenance or repair in strict accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. All right, got that out of the way. Let's see, Landley Lang, hey, let me make sure that you are a mod. If you're not, I will make you one here real quick. And since I've never done a live stream on this channel, okay, you just got your wrench. And you're the only one here. Well, it says there's 3 people here, so if all 3 people would check in, that would be great. You should verify you got a wrench. I can't see it here yet. Would you verify that you got the wrench, Landley Lang? Oh, the live stream runs about 20 seconds. There's like a 20-second delay, so it'll take a second for me to see your comment, and then I'll get the video started. You see me all the time doing this stuff. A lot of these people don't. There it is. You got the wrench. Very cool. All right, so let me see how many people. Dang, only 3 people. I'm not used to only having 3 people for an audience. All right. Let me get this done. My primary purpose tonight was to get the live streaming software set up so that I could do live streams on this channel. It appears that that's all up and running and working. And after the live stream's over, this video will remain up, obviously. And people will be able to see what my commentary was on the Air Avenger. So hold on one second while I grab it. Oh! There we go. And we are clear, although we do still have air pressure. So let me let this off. And I'm going to put the safety on. All right, so this is the Air Avenger. This particular one is in, the Air Venturi Avenger. This particular one is in .22 caliber. I have, as you can see, topped it with a Penty 3x9. 3x9 by, I believe it's 35 or 32 front lens. Now, if you saw the video today, I was out doing some shooting today, and I have some observations about this specific rifle. First off, it is sweet. The action on this, the lever action is just like, I am just dumbfounded by that. Of all of the PCP rifles that I have, that has got to be the smoothest action of any of them. I am just blown away by that. Now, I handled an FX rifle here not too long ago, and I would say that this is pretty close to as good as an FX rifle. And with the FX rifles, you're talking, anywhere from $1,200 on up in cost. So that's a very, very definite plus. Now, I didn't get real serious today when I was on the range. I was just trying to get the scope halfway sighted in and get some velocity readings. But I did notice a few things about this rifle that were less than impressive to me. you still have this plasticky stock, and I don't know how that comes across in the video as far as how you can hear it, but very hollow. And then back here, same thing. It's hollow in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill that void and pack that. But I noticed something today when I was shooting. Something else I'll show you real quick. So you see the gap between these barrels? Make sure you see it. All right, watch this. See all that barrel flex? They actually would call that barrel whip. And I'm not liking that. So I've ordered an adjustable clamp that'll go up here, and I'll do a video about that once I get it. I mean, I can even spread them as well as push them together, and I'm just not liking that. So there's a removable barrel band coming that affixes here. But one thing I noticed today that really I did not like, and I want to see if I can demonstrate it here. Let me get in a position. When I would cock the rifle, the action in the stock, there is enough space between the stock, get over here, the stock right here, and the action of the rifle that I can actually put my fingernail in there and move it. And when I cock the action, I'm going to see if I can get this where you'll be able to see it. I'm going to try it here. Let's see if you can see it when I do this. Watch the action move. And it's not coming up on camera very well. Let me clear this. And we'll do it again. Try it over on this side. Maybe you'll be able to see it a little better. If I can get my big hand out of the way. Hold on. Okay, watch the action when I cock this. Wait for the camera to focus. Here we go. It's hard to see, but if you're looking right in front of the safety there, you'll see the action moving around in the stock of the rifle. And that is, oh, there's more people here. Hey, country boy, how you doing? That is a no-no for accuracy. What else do I have to pick on this rifle that is so cheap and yet so good? I mean, the faults with the stock are going to be fairly easy to address. I can put some bedding compound in here and build up to lock that in, in a solid position. I can pack. I've got some what do they call it? Kinetic sand. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but when it comes, I'll show you. Kinetic sand to pack the stock back here. And more than anything, that's not going to help accuracy as much as it is going to help to quiet the rifle down. When you shoot it, you can actually hear the action making noise through the stock. The vibrations run through the stock. So that's what that's for, is to silence that. And maybe give it a little better balance. Right now, the balance, of course, I'm trying to hold on to it. I actually dropped a scope today. I'll tell you all about that in a minute. The center of balance is right around there. It's a little bit forward. The head, the more weight is more forward. So by packing this with some sand, that'll bring the center of gravity back just a little bit. Now, what do I have to say negative about shooting the rifle? Nothing. I mean, the trigger right out of the box. Now, these are the factory settings. The regulator is set at about 2300, and I went through about 50 rounds today from a 4,000 psi fill. Let's see if that'll focus or not. It won't, but from a 4200, 42 or 4300, 43, 300 bar. Okay, from a 300 bar fill, I'm now at 200 bar. This thing would get quite a few more. Now that was 50 shots. I believe this will go another, man, at least 40. At least 40 shots. So that's like 90 shots out of one fill. I don't have any other rifle that'll do that. Put this over here out of the way. I don't have another rifle that will go that long. And the velocities, if you watch the video that I just put out a little while ago, the velocities were very stable. I mean, a non-regulated rifle, you use air, and so each time you shoot, the velocity changes, and it changes pretty drastically sometimes. The 357 AEA I've got, the velocity will start out at 1,300 feet per second, and then the next shot is 1,250, and then the next shot's 1,200, and it goes down pretty quick. It goes down pretty quick. See who else is here. Comes to spelling. Hey, Country Boy Audits. I need some mods in here, so you just got elected, brother. Anyway, that Air Venturi rifle and Pyramid Air has these, they're refurbished, they call them, okay? Basically, they're warranty repair rifles. And there are people that buy these things and get buyer's remorse and say something's wrong with it and send them back. And, everybody that I know and I'm all through the forums, people have bought the refurbished from Pyramid Air and never had a complaint about them. They say they're all fine. So Pyramid Air has these refurbished in 22 or 25 caliber. I don't think they have any 177s, but 22 or 25 caliber for $200. That is insane for this rifle. And that, by the way, that's where I bought this one. But I can tell you, when mine came out of the box, I could not tell that the box, other than a tear in the box, it did not look like it had ever even been opened. The packaging was all in place and looked correct. But if you look at the video I posted earlier, you'll get to see the velocities. And we had a lot of wind today, and I had a 16-mile-an-hour wind blowing from right to left across the range today. And so a lot of my rounds impacted left of center. And I was just like casually plinking. I had the rifle rest out, and I kind of halfway used it and halfway didn't. But, I knew my weather window was small today because we had rain coming in, a cold front coming in. And so I just was trying to get on paper with the rifle, get it halfway sighted in, and get some velocity figures. And I can tell you, the wind blowing was louder than the rifle. When the wind would gust, it was louder than the rifle's report. So could it be quieted down some more? It could, but I believe that as it is, it's backyard friendly. In 22 caliber, I don't know about 25, but in 22 caliber, I believe it's backyard friendly. Let me see. Reloading ammo, I missed that part. Hello, Reborn. Natalie says she can't spell tonight. Join the club. But, man, the action on this thing, and I didn't video everything I did today with this. I did some quick shooting with it just to see how quickly you could cycle the action and still accurately get off shots. I had one mishap with that. I had a double feed, and that was my fault. So let me show you what happens to get yourself a double feed. When the magazine is in here and you retract the cocking lever, about that, when you get right there, let me see, I got to see the probe right there. When you get to that point, the rifle is not cocked yet, but the magazine rotates and feeds another round into the chamber. Okay? You have to, and what I did was I short stroked this handle like I am right now. I didn't go all the way back. And then I went forward. That chambered around. But you can't fire because the hammer has not been cocked. So I had to redo it, and there's no way to remove the magazine once you've done that. So I had to come back, go all the way. You heard that click. That is the hammer cocking. Now I have a pellet that's in the chamber and a pellet that is halfway fed into the chamber, so you can't remove the magazine. You only have one choice, and that is to close this and fire both pellets, the back pellet will push the front pellet out, hopefully. You then open this, remove the magazine, check the barrel for obstructions, and make sure that both pellets exited the barrel. I was lucky it did that. Had it not, I would have to use a rod and push them out through the barrel. So, put this back over here again. I mean, it is a very impressive rifle, and it's not that heavy. It's like I said, I probably should have gotten the wooden stock, and you can buy the wooden stock for this. It's $100 basically if you want the upgrade to the wooden stock. But I'm going to play with this one for a little bit before I worry about that. I can tell you, of all the rifles I have in my collection, most of them will get rotated out. This one will very likely be staying with me, along with that Beeman. Speaking of the Beeman, so if you guys watched the video I did here a couple weeks ago with the Beeman, where I was using the red dot and I was having trouble getting that red dot zeroed, I took the red dot off and I put the factory scope that came with the Beeman, I put it on the Beeman. And I had just done that and just staged it on there, so I thought, well, I'll zero it real quick. It was actually drizzling when I started doing this. And the scope was too far. Let me show you again. The eye relief, which is how close your eye is to the back of the scope, was wrong. So I needed to move the scope forward just a little bit. So I loosened the fittings, and I don't know what I was thinking. I went to move the scope forward, and I turned the rifle like that. Well, the scope, predictably, fell off the rifle. Smacked the concrete. There at my range, I have so you guys haven't seen, oh boy, there's a lot of people in here now. Or a few more, maybe. Okay. You guys haven't seen my range, but what it is I have a big hunk of property. If you're within 200 yards of my range, you're on private property. You're on private property. So, hold on. Hey, Johnny, how you doing? Let me give Johnny Johnny has a wrench. Let me tell this guy what I'm doing so that he'll quit calling me. And I am on the property. The very, very back of the property, there's a river. And it's fenced off because we have an ag exemption and run cattle on a portion of the property. Now that part of the property is fenced off so that the cattle can't get to my range area. So as you're looking, the gate there, I had this paved, and there is a gate there, and further down is a boat launch ramp that was already there when I got the property. Boat launching ramp that you can put a boat in the river if you want to use that. And there is a gate there to keep anybody from unauthorized use of it. And I don't know if I'll ever use it or not, so I converted that to my range. That is what the gate's for. Is just to keep people from using it, unauthorized people from using the launching ramp. But unfortunately, I don't have a lot of protection from the wind out there, and it showed today. I was fighting that 16-mile-an-hour crosswind pretty much all day, and I don't know how I got on that subject from the Beeman scope, but it doesn't matter. The Beeman scope. So I dropped it, and after I recovered from beating myself in the head for being so stupid, I put it back on the rifle, and it was actually still pretty close to zero. And I was surprised that it I mean, it still worked. I mean, it's a cheap scope. It comes with the rifle. It's not a bad scope. It's not a good scope. It's adequate. I'll say it is on the adequacy scale. It is on the lower end. I would not want to use it to try to do much of anything beyond 20 yards. And I was shooting it today at 35 yards. But, something around 25 yards is where that scope lives. But that rifle is so much more capable. So if you buy one, enjoy that scope for a minute, save some money, and then go buy another scope that's a better quality and preferably something that is variable power. All right, I'm going to look at questions and comments here and see what's going on. Eddie Molt says he has 2 of them in 25 are nice shooting guns. Hey, how is the sound level on that rifle in 25, Eddie? Can you comment on that? I'm sorry, there's a 20-second lag in this, so when I ask that question and you answer, it's going to be, you're not going to see it for 20 seconds. So, tough scope, Landley says. Well, I don't know about that. I think that's what actually, Eddie, let me pull this Air Venturi back up. This is actually a Pinty Tactical. They call it the Pinty Tactical. It's a 3x9 by, I can't remember if it's 33 or 35 up here. I believe it's 35. I have a couple of Pinty scopes, and they work fine. I mean, I have no complaints about them. I have a Monstrom on that AEA 357 I've got, and that thing is, I mean, the glass is so clear. I used to have a 270 hunting rifle that had a Nikon on it, and I always thought that thing was, the scope on that thing was very clear. But I'll tell you, that Monstrom gives it a run for the money. Me personally, I'm just cheap, and I have a hard time with the thought of spending, $200 or $300 on a scope. I will probably buy one in that price range for testing purposes, but my wallet is going to scream the whole time, I promise you. You put a suppressor on. Okay, so the 22 caliber version, if you see the DB readings, they were well, at no time did it break 70, I think. I don't think it ever broke 70. The Beeman is louder than the 22 caliber Air Venturi. So it's something to think about. What do those air rifles, how much are they? 12 Pinty scopes. You like those Pinty scopes. So this particular rifle, and again, I cannot recommend this rifle enough, and I'm sure if you read the comments there, he will as well. You can get this from Pyramid Air for $200, and that is a deal. If you don't get it from Pyramid Air, if you just went out and bought it, they're around $350 or thereabouts. It's a good quality rifle. If you get it with the factory wood stock, it's around $400. It's available in 177, 22, and 25. I chose the 22 because I've got a whole bunch of other 22s, which means I got tons of different kinds of 22 ammo. I didn't want to have to go out and buy a bunch of 25 cal ammo. So I'm not hating on 25. I just didn't want to have to buy a bunch of other ammo for testing purposes. I may eventually get a 25 something, but at this point, I'm going to try and stick with 22. I think that for what I do, 22 is perfectly adequate. So sticking with one caliber allows me to stock other ammunition for testing. Lots of ammo. So that's why I chose the 22. Coming to get one. Income tax comes. All right, country boy. Let's see, what else? I think that's it, guys. Like I said, my main purpose tonight was to test the live stream, make sure it worked. I think going forward, after we do range days, I'm going to do a live stream at night to talk about it and go over how the rifle, ammunition, scope, whatever I'm testing that day, how it all shook out. But I appreciate y'all hopping in here. You guys that I gave wrenches to, I really appreciate y'all. Johnny, it's good to see you. I hope you're in good health. Landley, I'll give you a holler. And Johnny, I'll give you a holler too. I'm actually later this week. I'm gonna kind of be out your way. Maybe we can tie up and grab lunch. And I'll catch you up on all the gossip. All right, guys, that is it. I am shutting this down. I appreciate y'all popping in here. Y'all have a nice night and enjoy the videos. Be safe.